All right. What's up, folks? So yeah, like I said, I'm trying to keep on pushing through and overcoming against literally insurmountable odds. Right. That's reality. All right. How's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing well. And yeah, like I said, man, we gonna keep on trying to truck and push forward, man. It's all we can do all day long. You know what I mean? Tell you what, I ain't giving up on myself. I know that much for sure. Every time I put my money on me, no matter what. And that's the whole point. These folks, they didn't have to go through nothing, man. They don't know what it's like. Y'all ain't been through nothing, man. Like literally none of y'all. Not a thing. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it is what it is, man. You know, I talk, but I just keep praying to God and I keep my eyes focused on God, man. I just want to do a little lap here at least, if I can. Try to talk to y'all for a minute. Like I said, I need money, need donations, need support. Um, Trying to do what I can right now because all these pants are all ripped up and messed up. So I don't really have a choice. So I'm trying to get my other, clothes cleaned up. You know what I mean? But like I said, it is what it is. You like the tank top? It's pretty nice, but that's the thing, man. It just ain't nothing easy, bro. Ain't nothing easy at all. Like I said, folks don't do nothing for you. They don't help. It's just ridiculous, man. You know, especially when it's other people who created the entire situation. That's the hardest part. You know what I'm saying? When it's got nothing to do with me. Like none of this is my fault. It has zero to do with me. And that's the thing. Like I'm not about to sit here and have people try to shift blame and act like anything is my responsibility, bro. This is on y'all. And that's what's so crazy, man, is these little cowards out here really tried to play that game with me. Like like what? Bro, I'm not even like I got nothing to do with y'all. I ain't even been around. How you drop the ball and everything and don't do your job and then suddenly you wanna, shift the blame on me. That's crazy, son. Like I said, all these people have shown is you are what you are. That's why people call you what you are in the valley. Yeah, because y'all get down like that, right? Talking to internet trolls. What entertaining actual delusion. It's pure nonsense, man. It's all it's ever been. That's all it'll ever be. Always been the same thing, man. Always. It ain't different now. That's just what it's been since day one. You feel me? But like I said, we continue to try to push forward. Hold up. But yeah, we continue to try to push forward. It's the best we can do, man. You know what I mean? It's all we can do, bro. You know, like I said, man, that's my whole deal, bro. Like, I've really had like the whole world against me. You know what I'm saying? I never gave up on myself. I still won't. I refuse to give up on myself. I believe in me, even if nobody else did. I know Christina believes in me. I believe in me 100%, man, 1,000% every time. I know I can do anything I put my mind to, So, end of the day, like I said, folks out of luck because we stay getting our money. I keep on working, if you ain't noticed, and I'm gonna stay working until the 20th. And then when the 20th come, I'll probably be doing the same stuff. It's just if I don't get this $55 to pay the phone bill, then I'll have to try to upload in Wi-Fi if I get a chance, which is very difficult out here. There's only like one spot that I know of, and I can't just stand there all day. You know, I can upload a couple of videos right quick. It don't take me long. Probably I could do that. You know, I won't be able to make as much content, really. You know, I mean, I don't know. There's a way, but I just have to upload like a series of videos every day and call it quits, and move on about my business. It's basically what I'd have to do. Hold on. Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like I said, we're gonna keep on pushing forward. We're gonna keep on making it do what it do. All these folks can't get over themselves. They all the same. And they all know each other. That's the funniest part. Like, bro, I've been on my own team since day one. Friend to none of you. You feel me? Real talk. Like I said, like, I don't even know what y'all talking about. You know, and it's crazy because like I, I'm just not from here. I would never claim this place. Like, I'm gonna be keep it real. It's downright embarrassing down here. How they do everything, bro. Like, are y'all proud? Y'all proud of that nonsense? That stuff is crazy, son. Look how huge your boy is. Now you get a real view. Yeah, the real Batman, how I really look. Yeah, I'm in an amazing shape. Real strength that you could never imagine. I do this stuff for real. Like I said, I had to come up against insurmountable odds. Y'all didn't. I don't know anything about this, bro. I'm telling you, all y'all would have gave up a long time ago. That's my whole point. Like, you think I'm gonna sit here and play games? Not at all. Not at all, bro. Call me when you get a bank account with over 300,000 in it. Then talk to me about some money and make sure you support me. But like I said, you trying to tell me that these folks, hold up, these folks was getting government checks this entire time, like I said, and they really were that entitled and thought that was okay to say anything to me at all. What? Boy, that's crazy, man. I ain't never got no government check ever, ever. That's everything promised on everything I love. They ain't never given me nothing, nothing tangible, nothing real, no money. That's for sure. Like that's crazy to me. That's literally crazy, bro. Got somebody's name in your mouth talking about somebody that you're nowhere near. I mean, you're talking about you will never ever come close, never catch up, and you are well aware. That's crazy. You know what I mean? I told you they entitled. They think this stuff is free. They think this is a game and a joke. Does it look like a game and a joke? Batman? Does it look like we're playing? What do you mean? You notice I age backwards every day? I look better every day. I don't age a day. They said in the download and the readings, they said people think you're a cute weirdo. That's hilarious. That makes sense. I mean, that's been happened. It's been like that my whole life. When I was in Florida, they were saying the same thing. Not the weirdo part, but I've always been good looking. So when I was in the hood, even they'd be saying that. So I mean, it just is what it is, man. Like I said, like I don't know what to tell y'all, bro. We don't really have a choice like y'all. We don't got the luxuries y'all got. We got to try our best and do what we can do. Like I said, everything's been made literally impossible. Just saying, none of this was a coincidence. I mean, look at the lady in Detroit. There's a lady in Detroit. I'm not going to say the channel name because people need to learn how to speak up for themselves, man. You want to get on camera and whine, but I do this for a living, and I want to help people who are going through gang stalking for a living. This is what I do. You understand? And stand up to people direct in front of them and tell them to back off. You understand? Tell them you're gonna leave whoever alone because I'm here. That's what I'm on. See, I'm not out here playing. I'm not out here trying to be soft or nice or meek and mild. Not at all. You understand? It's my turn now. Now y'all got to deal with a real man. The bad news bears, homie. the bearer of bad news for y'all. I'm everybody's worst nightmare. And I'm a grown man that don't play and don't care what you talking about. None of it. You understand? See, me not letting you trick me doesn't mean I'm soft now. Yeah, it means I'm a grown man who thinks and uses their mind. That's why I'm not in the messed up positions y'all are. How that feel? How that feel getting a little small dose of y'all's karma? Unbelievable. Talking all that nonsense ain't about nothing. None of them. None of them. Ain't never been about nothing. Never gonna be about nothing, partner. It's the facts, and everybody know it. All them people in that church group are homeless, failed. They ain't about nothing. That's the truth. You serious? That stuff is an embarrassment, bro. Real talk. Hell, I almost thought I saw him today. It was some other dude. He said hi to me. I almost thought it was him. I was like, please tell me this little homie ain't saying hi to me after I just went in on him. They come over here. You feel me? Like, and when you do, don't say hi to me. Don't say nothing to me. Like, see, I'm not the one. You play them games with the rest of these folks. I'm that guy. I'm on to you little games. I know who all you little homies are for real. I know you ain't from the street. They don't get it. They forget. I used to live with Vyukos. Like, I've been all through McAllen, Harlingen. Been in every set, every hood, every borough, everywhere, all through New York. I was in all them little boroughs. I was probably in Bed-Stuy. Didn't even know it. I walked right through Jamaica, Queens, walked right through the street, parked my Cobalt. I saw the mural right there with Biggie and Pac. Yeah, I did all that on my own. I wasn't doing YouTube at the time like that. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of wish I was, because that would have been a cool time. You know, legit. That would have been pretty cool. Here, I got to move this. It's unbelievable. Literally. Unbelievable how little help all these people are. How they just sit there and do nothing every day. Like I said, this was all put together on purpose. None of this was a coincidence. Like I said, that lady up in Detroit, she just went. She was living in an apartment, right? She went from an apartment, living a luxury apartment at that, is what she said. She went from a luxury apartment. She was driving like Lyft and Uber. She was working, seemed like a hard worker, seemed very smart, seemed to have it together. She has these videos out, like blogs, just what we do, the same thing, just videos, but the way she does them right. They're like blogs, and she goes off on them, and she says how them companies is illegal and evil as hell. She talks about how they're stealing her money, which I keep saying y'all do. The companies are completely a part of this. They're who targets us. They target innocent civilians. You understand my point? Hold on. So yeah, like I said, she talks about all of it. She puts all the truth out there. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep it real. It's pretty cool. And she just goes in. She don't care, And she probably has some issues, but that doesn't mean she deserves to be homeless. Doesn't mean she deserves to go through hell. And you can see the people the same thing, where they're sitting there gang stalking, commenting negativity. So what I'm thinking, she doesn't even know who I am really, or that I'm aware of her. Probably. I don't know. She could know who I am. I have no idea. But she's up in Detroit in a shelter. Just a random older lady. I just feel bad for her, man. So, like, I was thinking when we go on our trip with Christina, when I bend around and we come around, we might have to just go to Detroit and go, try to help her a little bit and get her going. That's the type of stuff I want to do. Like, just show up and be like, hey, look, man, like when we have the money to spare and to do it, I'll just tell them, like, hey, yo, do you cook? Like, you drive, right? Like, that's the stuff I want to do. Like, bless people, blessings from God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she drives because she drives Uber and Lyft usually. So I'd be like, you would drive her, right? Like, I used to have like private drivers. I mean, it's just part of the game when you're rich. Like, I'll just tell her, look, you can drive for us. You know what I mean? Like, I may not do it all the time. I got to trust someone, but, especially when it comes to Christina riding with me, but that's what I'd say. I'd just say, you would drive her, right? I'd be like, do you cook? Like, I'll give her a job. You know what I mean? I'd actually help. That's the thing. People don't go to them shelters and help. They go to them shelters and they're narcs and they try to make themselves feel better by doing stuff like that. Like, oh, well, I'm going to use y'all for a little work and underpay you. You understand? I know because I've been there, because I've done it. I mean, when I went to Minneapolis, bro, like I said, I was the janitor for the Timberwolves. I was right there staying at the Salvation Army, and they started getting jelly of me because I started making more money than them. I was making 18 bucks an hour as the janitor for the Timberwolves, when meanwhile, I'm better than everybody on the team and should have been playing for the Timberwolves. Seriously. And it's proven on camera. And that's what I was up there doing, was a street ball tour. Ain't that crazy? You know what I mean? And at no point did anyone say, hey, yo, you're Tyree Sneed. How the hell you get all the way over here? And I've seen you play ball. Nobody knows how to think anymore. They should have been recruiting me. Straight up. I shouldn't be your janitor. I should be playing point guard starting. Like, straight up. Like, what? Like, that's why y'all are so funny. Like, y'all don't even know who's who. Bro, I could be in the NBA anytime I want. Anytime. I have pride. I have a soul. I'm not willing to even try out for y'all because y'all should know better. Y'all should have been had people recruiting. So when we get to the point finally, when they all like, yo, here's your offer, I'm going to say, where was that offer when I needed it? I don't need it no more. So I'm good. Rejected. Offer rejected. I ain't playing for you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to raise that figure up. So they're going to have to pay me more M's, more millions if they want me to even play for them, to even consider they offer. I'm that guy. People talk about Derek Jeter, A-Rod was the highest paid shortstop in all of baseball. That's cool. I play the same position and I switch hit in baseball. I'm a lot more talented than A-Rod. Straight up. I just grew up and I haven't played in a long time. So you just have to get me back into it. I'll remember everything. Everything will come back to me quick, and I'm much bigger now. You know what I mean? Like, do you think that A-Rod is built like a brick, you know what? Built like an ox? No. I'm a lot stronger than A-Rod. I'm a lot bigger than him. You know what I mean? So that's my whole deal. Like, y'all talk about all these different concepts in New York. You don't even know who you're talking to. I outdo everybody in New York in every aspect, in every sport, anything. See, I'm about competing. I'm about competition. I'm about having rocks in my shoe because y'all can't donate to me. You feel me? That's what I'm about. Straight up. Like I said, like, when y'all gonna donate, y'all just gonna keep on sitting there. That's cool. You go ahead and sit there, man. We running up this next check. Is you're not, things are not getting put in perspective. We over 107 bucks. Let me see if it updated again. Hold up. Let me get you more mad. Yeah, I told you we up over 109. We almost to 110. Y'all folks don't even get, and now I'm learning this game where I'm getting a little freer with what I'm doing and I'm taking chances and risks. And God kind of told me to do that today. So I don't know. I mean, the next check, it's already up over 109 bucks. So it's going to be halfway decent. And when I get it, I'm not spending it on no phone. I'll tell you that. That money is for me to do whatever I need to do. And that's it. And the thing is, even if I didn't have a phone plan, I hope that somehow God said, God, I'm praying, please send me the 55 bucks to pay the phone. Please. You know what I mean? But even if I didn't get it, I could make a living doing this without, the data. I just would have to upload a couple of videos every day on Wi-Fi. I won't make near the money probably that I'm making now, but it ain't that much to begin with. And it's hard as hell and it takes a lot of work. At least that way I can kind of tone it down. I mean, I'll be doing a lot of videos recording, probably end up getting more output, but more videos, just not output, because I'm not going to sit there and Wi-Fi all day trying to upload every day. I just upload like a couple and get moving. But I'll still be training and everything. You feel what I'm saying? I just won't do live streams. But like I said, hopefully somebody will come through. That's what I need. I need at least 55. The truth is, I really need at least 100. I need over 200. That's what I need. I need some money. I need a couple of $100 to work with. And then, I mean, I'd at least have a chance, because that's how hard things are for me still, But that's what I'm saying. I need a couple $100, man. Get me up to like 500 to $1,000. If I had $1,000 right now, you know how much that would change things for me? Like I'd still be in the same situation. It'd still be really hard, but at least I'd have some bread, and be able to think and maybe have some options. That's what I need. I need like $1,000 to 2,000. I need 5 to 10 racks, but a minimum I need at least like a grand. So if I had a grand, I'd say a grand and some change because I would want enough just for a bus ticket. And if I had it, I would literally consider going back up to Austin. I really would because I could go up there and I could just try to figure it out. And a grand, like solid a grand straight up, is enough money. Or if the ticket was, I had money to pay for the ticket on top of it. If I had $1,000 and I was back in Austin, I think I could do it. The problem would be like that's the thing. Like all these folks were supposed to help and step up. Nobody wants to help. Nobody wanted to see me expand my career and be Batman up in Austin. I mean, we probably make a lot more money too up there. That's the thing. Like with this would get in a rotation heavy. You'd get a lot of people on camera with me and different stuff. And I think that's part of what they fear, but you just don't get. I don't think we're gonna have to do all that. That's the thing. We're not gonna have to do that, right? Why? Because God is about to bless me, Christina and I. Like, I'm not gonna have to go through all that and deal with all you people again and your jealousy and God's not gonna make me do that. So that's the point. Like people just got it misconstrued. They've had the whole game, you know, had the whole game misconstrued. Mm, mm, Can't even see. Wow. So yeah, like I said, end of the day, we're gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. We're gonna keep on doing what we do. That's about it, man. You know what I mean? All these little narcissists gotta have their dogs. That stuff annoying too. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like everywhere I go, I got some dog barking at me. You don't think that's weird? You don't think that's frustrating? Come on, bro. Like, telling you, man. But yeah, like I said, that's what I want to do. I just want to advance, man. That's all. But what I'm saying is, even if I went up there like that, I wouldn't be able to do the Batman thing really because I can't bring all my stuff with me. I don't think I can. I mean, there's a chance, there's a way I could. I could do it, but I think I would just have to take the risk and try to do it and hope for the best. It would be kind of nerve wracking because these people have different rules and, they'll start trying to make things look another. I already know how y'all move, but I mean, I'd have to figure it out, And the thing is, if I could do it up there and I could get it done somehow, some way, I mean, sky's the limit, bro, because I'd be doing the content, I'd be walking around as Batman on the street. You get all sorts of weird reactions, different reactions. I don't care. I'm doing this for real. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the difference. And like if I was out at night, I'd just run around all night and do it. I put the mask up when them little, snitches come around doing they gang stalking. And if they ask me, what are you doing? I'm Batman. That's what I'm doing. I do YouTube content. You got a problem with that? Well, you can't. Yes, I can. Ain't nothing you gonna do about it. Been doing this in the valley the whole time. Austin is no different. It's called freedom. We're in America. They can't tell me nothing. They can't stop me from doing it. I can wear the mask anywhere I want. Yes, I can. You know what I mean? Now, as far as going into establishments and stuff, they're gonna have their own rules, and that's fine. I just take the mask off like I would anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like, that's why I know God ain't gonna put me through that because you know how hard it would be to do this in Austin. And folks is hypersensitive, man. They're all failures and they can't build and they work just to pay bills. Living cost is too high. Living wage ain't there. It's non-existent. It's not a living wage. So they're all in their feelings all the time, 24 hours a day. You get tired of hearing it and tired of dealing with them, And then the fact that they're trying to talk behind your back and project their issues on you and talk down while they're renting a little rat apartment. You know what I mean? And don't want to acknowledge that I own a mansion and estate and billions in equity and, I'm way ahead of them. I just don't live in Austin. You know what I mean? So that's what they do. Then they start talking behind your back. It's the same thing everywhere. So like, I don't have time. I don't got time to worry about what people think. God told me don't care about what people think, but that's the whole point. Like, please tell me you ain't gonna put me through that, because I ain't gonna do that. I'll just tell you straight up, I ain't going to Austin to go struggle to try to do this. My point is, if I had a grand though, and the bus ticket was paid for, right, with me having the money and I buy it, if I had a grand left over and I got to Austin, I think I could do it. But I'd have to do it without the bat suit with me. That's the difficult part. I'd have to just strictly be focused. I'd still do YouTube probably, but I'd have to focus on, I don't know, just regular content and doing stuff. But it'd at least be enough. And then the thing is, it'd be enough money to take a vacation. If it's not enough and I couldn't do it and it doesn't work out, then I at least try to have enough space and leave enough money for me to get a ticket back and I come back, and hopefully have enough to still, get what I need. It's the same thing. Like, I did an Austin trip. It wasn't that far back when I was working and y'all pulled all that nonsense and homeboy got his karma, and lost both jobs. All these folks stay getting their karma. Y'all are completely in the wrong. Y'all have not done anything tough. What you're doing is weak. You're jelly of a grown man. That's not a good look, man. If y'all was proud, why are you all hiding? Exactly. Why are you all running? Right, exactly. So that's my thing. These folks, they talk a lot, but they don't have nothing to actually be proud of. Never have, never will. You know what I mean? And that's just reality. So I don't care what people do. I don't care what y'all tell yourselves. I don't care how you feel. I'm not asking. I don't care about none of y'all. All I care about is Christina. You know what I mean? And trying to focus and do what I do and hoping that I continue to make it forward, because what I'm dealing with is insurmountable obstacles every day. See, you never know what somebody's going through. That's why you got to be careful how you speak to people and what you say to them. See, that's the thing. Y'all don't understand nothing about reality. You don't know what I go through every day. You don't have a clue. You know what I mean? So you don't know where my mind state's at. You have no clue. You have no idea how I might react. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't play with people like that. I don't care who you are. It's not a personal thing. It has nothing to do with just me. It has to do with, in the general scheme of things, in the world, you can't act like that. And if you do, God is just going to give you your karma on a silver platter like he just did. It's never karma. I got nothing but dharma, good karma coming to me. What I'm going through is because y'all got me struggling, because you refuse to pay me and let me just get a leg up in the game and get started. Just send me some startup money. Like I said, quit, breadcrumbing and send me some real money so I can do what I need to do. Like, everyone else got startup money. You got entitled people that got millions of dollars for hedge funds handed to them. Everything I built was independent. And I'm about to be a hedge fund manager for real too, because Christina's going to make me one and appoint me as one. So that dream's coming true too. I'm going to be a hedge fund manager. It just doesn't mean anything to me. Christina is what means everything to me, but it'll be cool. That's the thing. That stuff is second nature to me now with the investing. Once I got the money to work with, I mean, sky's the limit, bro. I can build anything. Once I get a budget, especially when it's like hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, I could do anything. Literally anything. I mean, I build anything. I can do what none of you can do. I'll tell you that much. Easily, too. So, I mean, that's my thing, bro. I don't pay attention to other people. I don't pay attention to folks. I don't care what people talking about. I just do me, man. You know, like right now, I gotta have faith in God, because I mean, everything for me is literally on the line every day. I mean, it's ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. It is. Having to sit here and clean these clothes. They got all sorts of stuff all over them. I mean, anything can happen to me any day. It's just the truth. It's the sad truth. You know what I mean? I'm being like exposed to all sorts of stuff I shouldn't be. You know what I mean? It's just sad. And especially when I'm going on my third year and I work harder than anyone. And that was what I'm saying. Like, I've asked the public and people for help, real help with money this entire time, so I could just get on my feet. I'm only in this position because I helped everyone. I'm only in this position because I've been a good person, and I don't regret it. You know what I'm saying? I'm only in this position because of other people's lack of know-how and their horrible attitude and the fact they can't think. And because of these corrupt individuals and because all these people did it on purpose. You know, my position has a lot of positives and negatives to it. Any situation does. But that's the whole point. At some point, something's got to give and I got to do what I got to do. I don't have a choice, right? Got to have stuff to wear, got to do what I need to do. Like, y'all are just sitting there. And that's why I asked y'all for the money this entire time. I'm talking, we're going on our third year. Oh, now we're going to play this game. All right. I don't know what that's about. See, that's the government. That's all the government playing games on my phone. You see, when it comes to reality and the truth is being said, they try to mute it and silence you. All right, like I said, y'all never gave me the startup money for the basic necessities I need. The fact is that you live in a world that has not only government conspiracies, but all these people are part of a conspiracy. And they definitely target American citizens. And you don't have a choice. You need to stand up for yourself completely. Don't put up with a lick of nothing. Let them know who run this. You understand? Especially when you're dealing with these draconians and reptilians. They some cowards. Real talk. Y'all ain't even human. And you on my planet, on my soil, and you think you're going to tell me what to do? You funny as hell. Real talk. These folks ain't human, bro. That's what I figured out. A lot of them ain't human. They reptiles. That's why narcs operate with what? The reptilian part of the brain. What this is about. This is about the humans versus the reptiles. That's all these people in these little fake jobs. It's all that fake stuff, man. You can tell the difference between a human being and a reptile real quick because then reptiles have no feeling. They have no heart, no soul, nothing. It's pathetic. And yes, they are walking among us. If you don't think so, you're naive. You understand? There's a lot of stuff going on y'all don't know about. And I think that footage at that Miami mall, I think that footage of them aliens is real. I'm talking about the actual footage. They had leaked tapes that showed actual footage of these things that were mutating in front of you and they were shape shifting and spinning around. It looked like something out of Kirby. And that makes sense to me. They looked kind of like that thing that they found in that other distant country. Y'all heard about that, I'm sure, right? That looks like Venom. That's a real thing, and that's a real alien, dude. That stuff is not fake, bro. And he released it into the water, and the thing starts swimming. What do you think's going to happen? You should not have released the thing. Okay, now it's out there, and it's going to do just what it did in the movie. The movie told you it was the same story. The thing was like in the forest, right? Or something like that. And it starts attaching. It's a symbiote. They're real. Symbiotes exist. This is another thing that I knew. You know, can you imagine like a Batman with a symbiote attached to it? This is be scary as hell. And that it could actually happen. I sure as hell hope it doesn't. I don't want to go through that. That's the thing. That's not a fun experience. Like that's scary as hell. You know what I mean? You're dealing with actual aliens. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what could happen, And there was a guy, he had a video and he put it out and he had that footage and he said that he was near the aliens and he said, I don't know what's happening to me. And he showed his hand and there was this stuff like appearing, like scales or something. And, my guess is, something happened clearly, and you weren't supposed to be near them or something, or they did it on purpose. The aliens know what they're doing. Aliens are real. Aliens been in existence, and they've been running things too. You got the Greys too. I know the Greys have to be real because they talk about them too much. They reference them, and I've had visions too that it was like three something. I don't know if it's three spirits, three gray aliens. I got some vision that it was three, and I think it's like three gray aliens that, like, I don't know if they fancy that they control the world maybe or something, but something about three entities, and I think they're the same. Like, I think they're grays, something like that. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure grays exist, and I'm pretty sure some of that footage might be real of them and the spaceships and stuff. I think it makes a lot of sense. Grays are supposed to be able to travel from like one part of the dimension to the next in like under a millisecond. I mean, these things, I mean, and what's crazy is you had that footage of that one guy that was saying that they were targeting him and that they were going to appear. He was like, they're going to triangulate on my location and all this stuff. And I think he was talking about grays. And I wonder if that's like what's happening. You know, I mean, there's definitely some other entities who are a part of this. I mean, it's just kind of obvious. They play the background, but you can tell because there's too much going on. And then, you know, when I'm divinely ordained and orchestrated to do what I do, it just makes sense, you know. So I don't know if that's going to happen one day, if I'm going to be like doing my Batman thing and I literally have to like come up against like an alien or something. But I kind of wouldn't be surprised. Y'all would be like, this is not really happening, right? I wouldn't even be surprised if Superman was real and he started like coming down here and talking to me. At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised, like for real, because it's in every depiction. Superman talks to Batman, and some of them they're cool, some of them they're not for a while. I mean, but there's songs about it, that there's a guy in the sky and he's watching and wants to come down. There's some references to a Superman, man. So I don't know. You know, I mean, I just think that anything is possible. I don't think I know because we're in a thought realm. If your imagination can think it, it can exist. And most of that stuff does exist. Mermaids, vampires, werewolves, all that stuff exists. All of it. You know, so I don't know, man. I hope that things get better, but I see it happening, and you can't tell me these readings aren't spot on. So I mean, they told me I'm about to be rich. You know, I mean, these readings have been spot on. I mean, these readings said word for word that these people were about to go through chaos, that God was about to show them the true meaning of chaos. And then all of a sudden, this stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking immediate. I mean, I'm being told what's going to happen immediate. And I'm going to be using those readings and downloads in my gift. It's not just intuition. This is a gift. I'm a seer. Okay, that's what y'all don't get. I mean, everything I'm saying, I can prove. Every minute, I get downloads like all the time, all day long. So, like, it doesn't matter how they come; they get to me. You know. So when I'm someone like that, and I'm in touch with the divine and directly connected to God, sit at the right hand throne of God, and I'm a vessel for God. What do you think I'm going to use the reading? I'm going to use the readings for a lot of my assignments because it's probably going to give me readings and downloads pertaining to my assignment and to my missions and to the specific issues that I'm focused on at the time. That's how it works. And that can never be a coincidence. I mean, it's proven fact. Like if I'm focused on a specific politician, let's say, that's corrupt, and I'm researching, God will see that, and He's who's having me do it, obviously. And then He'll create a reading or a download specifically tuned to that. Does that make sense? So He'll say, yeah, this person is corrupt, they're doing this and that, and it'll give me the information without me even asking. It's the craziest thing ever. It's really cool, honestly. You hear the sirens? Something big is happening. Can't hear where it's at. Hopefully, hopefully everyone's all right. But like I said, man, I don't know. Me, I'm living on a prayer, man. I have no choice but to pray to God, man. Things are too hard and impossible right now. Everything is just impossible, you know, to even survive, get by, do anything. I truly need God's help. That's the truth, and that's the sad part. Like, I just don't understand how I can be a public figure. I can be getting more famous every day, and somehow y'all still got me struggling. I just don't get that. Because, like I said, had it been a Freemason, they would have money, a little bit of money. Y'all can't own anything, but they would facilitate the environment. They'd be all right. That's the cost you pay when you don't sell your soul on this plane, and I never will. Mine is not for sale. It's priceless. When you don't sell your soul here, you don't get the money. It's just how it works. I mean, but the truth is that's not true. You get the money, but you get it later, and you get a lot more. That's the thing. Masons don't get money. They just get their environment facilitated. And that's why I know it's very smart of me, number one, to do what I'm doing and run a business this way, first of all. Number two, it's very smart of me, and this is what they literally try to teach you. Even the Masons try to teach you, and they don't know what they're talking about, and they're scam artists, but they try to say you use other people's money to invest. Like, hell, if I could, like they try to teach you, they try to teach this stuff, the real estate coaches. They're all full of it and don't know what they're talking about, and it's all fake, but they tell you use other people's money to invest in real estate. That's literally what they tell you. You can watch the ads. What do you mean? They talk about it every time. Like, and that is possible, but you would need like a company, man. And that's the thing. Like, you'd have to still get a kickback of profit. If not, what you're doing is technically illegal, because you can't just take funds out that are supposed to be used for that. You can't do that. You get what I'm saying? I actually think about these things. It's like being your own bank. Just because if you were your own bank, you can't just use funds for whatever willy-nilly. That's against the law. You know what I mean? You still have rules and laws you have to follow. If you're a bank, you have to operate as a bank. You can open your own bank, you know? Like, it's another thing that we could do, but that's the scary part about that. I wouldn't really want to be a bank, because one thing goes wrong, especially if you open a bank independently because you got money like that. One thing goes wrong, you looking at like federal prison time. I mean, all they got to do is you just got to make a mistake financially. They'll say whatever. They'll say you're doing something you're not, and that's it. And I'm not going to go through that. So that's why, like, I know the banks steal my money and everybody's money, but I'd rather just let them do their thing. You know what I mean? And let the pawn puppets work there. That's all it is. All these jobs are just positions and slots that are being filled temporarily. That's all it is. It's all a joke. They're not the bank. Why do people work and act like they take it serious? I mean, you don't serve a vested interest for the company. The company doesn't serve a vested interest in you. They don't care about you. You're just there for your paycheck, and that should be your attitude. Now when it comes to these other jobs, that should not be your attitude. When your attitude is to help and protect and serve the public. See, y'all got it all backwards. I don't know, bro. I need to know, like, what school y'all went to for real, like who the hell raised you, how y'all were taught to not think. I don't know what that stuff is about, but it's getting old. I'll tell you that. It's getting real old, real quick. I never thought I'd see the day in this country that it was like this. Truly, it's that bad too. Like, it's surreal, man. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, hopefully I'll be all right, because I'm already feeling weird and feeling stuff from doing all this. Like I said, like, I have to get this stuff clean, man. I don't have a choice. At least what I can get and try to use, because I got to have access to what I need to do what I need to do. I don't have a choice anymore. Feel me? So that's all. But we'll see. But yeah, other than that, man, like I said, these people can't come close to me, man. Like I said, after the 20th, man, I don't know. I may kind of, you know, go do my own thing. Like I said, I'll probably keep training. I don't know. We'll see what I want to do. But I'm going to be staying to myself and doing things a little different, moving a little different, and waiting on God and waiting on Christina, because Christina is going to come rescue me and get me out of all this nonsense. That's what I need. God said he was going to pull me out. What the hell was that? Something on my shoulder crawling. I'm telling you, it's weird as hell out here, man. There's so many bugs, insects. It's crazy, man. So before you judge me, understand I have it harder than you. I don't care who you are. That's the thing I can't stand when people say, when they say, remember, somebody always has it harder than you. No, they really don't. Like, nobody's ever had it harder than me. That's the actual truth. And I used to tell people that too, and it would bother them. Like, why? I'm tired of hearing it. Like, no, they don't have it harder than me. Whatever problems they have, a lot of them they brought upon themselves. Why do you say that? And that's what bothers you because it's the truth. People don't have it harder than me. If they had it harder than me, they wouldn't be able to make it. You know what I mean? People don't have it harder than me. It don't get no harder. It literally doesn't. That's why, and it's proof. It's proven because I'm Batman. Because I came up against insurmountable, impossible odds. I do the impossible every day. That's why I'm Batman. That's what has to build a different level of strength and resilience. And you know what I'm saying? That's the facts. So it is what it is, man. To me, I feel like I'm going through a whole transformation and try my best to keep showing up and do the best that I can, man. You know what I mean? It's just hard, man. I need money. I need help right now. I need support. So if y'all want to help and support, I need finances. That's all I want. Cash. You know what I mean? It's what I need. Cash. And I mean, if you want to give me groceries, I'll take that. But it have to be from people I trust and in front of me. You'll have to buy them in front of me where I pick them. Feel me? Either way, it's money. You know what I mean? So talk to y'all in a minute, man. Stay mad, and that's it. We're gonna keep on making this money. We up over $109. I'm getting this check ready, man, because I know next month come around. I just got to make sure, I keep everything rolling, and then that way, hopefully, I'll come into a halfway decent check and have money to get by and do what I need to do. You know what I mean? And then, as soon as it caps at the end of that month, hopefully, we'll be working towards the next one. And I'm gonna have to just figure out how to do it without the phone plan, I guess, until y'all want to help me. Because at that point, a new phone is going to cost like 100 to 120 bucks at least, and that's like the cheapest one. That's what y'all don't get. So I mean, if you want to help me now, and you want me to be able to stream and talk to y'all and get people involved and be able to even do anything, I need 55 bucks right now at least. I'm gonna need a little more because of taxes. So if anyone can do that, please do. I mean, I'm asking God, please give me the money to pay this phone bill. Please. I mean, I really need more because, like I said, I need money to get through these months, all this time. Like it's a lot of stuff, bro. I'm doing a lot, man. I need money for a bike. I need an electric bike, electric scooters, a bunch of stuff I need. So we do the best we can, man. We believe in God and keep our faith in God. All right, man. I'll talk to y'all later. Like I said, I already know what's coming. I know God gonna bless me regardless. All right. Talk to y'all later.